One of the most batshit crazy theories slash rumors is now surfaced on the internet. Hulk may have brutally killed the parents of Peter Parker, Spider-Man himself. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. That is the new theory going into the new Spider-Man film, and all we need to ask is this real? And if so, when did this happen, how, and why? Why the hell did this occur? And there's only two ways this could have gone down. Spider-Man Brand New Day is coming out, and nobody knows why this man's in the film. Savage Hulk, what is his role? Why is he Savage Hulk again from the smart Professor Hulk that we know? What's he doing down here? The main theories and ideas that people have, including me, is could it be another mentor team-up? We know that Marvel can't make a Spider-Man movie nowadays without Tom Holland's Peter Parker being a junior student to some mentor, whether it be Iron Man, Doctor Strange, or even Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio before he went villain mode. Is it because of a villain? Did Bruce Banner get negatively affected by some villain with powers that turns him evil and goes savage mode? Is he helping Spider-Man? Is it a team-up film? Is he a professor at Peter Parker's new university? Is he a college professor? What's going down? Why is he in the damn movie? Or is it something else that's connecting these two? That's bringing Hulk into this film. Are they connected through a dark history of violence and tragedy? Comic book fans have had a lot of schizophrenic theories over the years. Remember the theory that Steve Rogers was the Soul Stone going into Infinity War? There was a theory going around because people saw this shot in the trailer and saw his eyes and saw that they were yellowish brown with a tinge. So they were like, oh, he's the Soul Stone. There was a theory that that these marks on Thanos' face were delivered to him by Wolverine. This is prior to Infinity War. This is what, I don't know what drugs these fans were on, but it certainly wasn't just cocaine, like me. And there was another theory saying that all the locations of the Infinity Stones spell out the word Thanos. Marvel fans are insane. They're hilarious, alright? I love them. I was one of them. I am one of them still. A lot of us can be mentally ill parrots. Let's just be honest about the situation here. But this one is apparently backed by some kind of comic book storyline. I tried to Google it. I couldn't find it. Apparently, people even falsely identified a comic book storyline where Hulk kills his parents allegedly. I don't know. I'm not big into the comics where this shit happened, okay? A lot of people are thinking this is true now. And a lot of people are saying it might have happened during the events of the first Avengers film, where Hulk is annihilating aliens left and right. He might have accidentally killed Peter Parker's parents in Queens. Might have jumped off a skyscraper and accidentally nuked them while trying to kill a bunch of aliens. Now, this is not true. That movie takes place in 2012. A couple of years before the events of Civil War where Spider-Man enters the scene. Prior to Aunt May, Uncle Ben, and that shit, I'm pretty sure the parents would have died when Peter Parker was still a little kid. Not like in high school or going into high school as a teenager. No, I'm talking about like a little kid. 2012 is too soon for any shit like that to happen, alright? Peter Parker arguably got bitten between the years of 2010 and 2015. So it needs to be at least 2 to 3 years before we see him in Civil War for the first time, where he has that experience as Spider-Man and he's already dressing up as a vigilante in New York. So there needs to be some feeder time, some room there. So the Avengers thing doesn't make sense within the context of that timeline. There is this kid in the Iron Man 2 that came out in 2010 where this kid had a helmet on and it's confirmed that this is Peter Parker that Tony Stark saved. So I think Peter Parker's parents got killed before the events of this. So there are two major theories here, alright? One is that if this is true, this is probably not a true theory at all. This is probably just schizophrenic fans going crazy, but a theory that suggests that Peter Parker's parents were scientists that were helping Bruce Banner with his first experiments with the super soldier serum and gamma radiation. And when the incident happened that turned him into the Hulk, he went berserk and killed everyone in the lab. Nuked everyone in the lab except for Betty. But everyone else died, including Peter Parker's parents. And nobody knows about this event because, including Peter Parker, he doesn't know how his parents died because General Ross probably fucking brushed it under the rug. Why the fuck would General Ross want the public to know about an experiment that he was backing and his daughter's boyfriend going berserk and turning into a weapon that the US wants for themselves secretly really badly, right? Like, it's not the best thing to let the public know, so they probably covered it up. Now, the other theory is, they weren't scientists, they were actually secret agents working for the government. Okay, this has been the case in comic books, several comic book storylines, I think. Now, you could say, okay, The obvious explanation would be they were working for S.H.I.E.L.D. secretly all along. And the reason why Nick Fury likes to keep a close eye on Peter Parker in that Far From Home movie is because Nick Fury also feels a tad bit guilty for the fact that he knew about these operatives that were working under him, and they died while on the field. So there's an element of guilt there. He does feel a bit responsible for Peter Parker, even if he doesn't say anything, and he's covering it all up with his walled-off, emotional, stoic shit that he does. So there's that. There's also the other theory that they could have been working for the CIA under this dude, right? But regardless, they were trying to figure out some corruption that was happening. They were trying to solve this weird organization that was under the surface of the government they were working for and trying to expose them. Maybe Hydra. That probably is reasonably, predictably the one. If this theory is correct, that's the one that they're going after. And in the course of trying to expose it, they sent this brother after them. Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier, Hydra's assassin that they would bring to the surface every once in a while. They put him in cryosleep or whatever, and then they put him back up to kill the people they need to. He did it with Tony Stark's parents and Peter Parker's parents, who are secret agents. They're like, okay, we can't have these dudes trying to leak shit on us. Kill them. So this happened prior to the events of Winter Soldier, prior to the events of... You could say this Hydra was in the running for a while when they were underneath the government, secretly making their way up. So you could say this happened prior to even maybe the first Iron Man. Who knows? Bucky Barnes is a savage, if this is true. This guy's causing generational trauma to all of the superheroes. He's creating canon events for all of our superheroes, okay? And maybe he because they in most interpretations the parents died in a plane crash. Maybe he's the one who fucking put a bomb there or something. I don't know. But if that theory is true, then where the fuck does Hulk come in? Where does Hulk come in? I think it's reasonable to say that when Bruce Banner became the Hulk, 2007, 2008, I don't think a green monster running around wouldn't catch the attention of an organization like S.H.I.E.L.D., especially if it was corrupted inside by Hydra. Maybe Hydra sent some of its people after the Hulk, including the Winter Soldier, a super soldier who at the time, when there wasn't a lot of superheroes with powers back then, they were like, okay, we got a super soldier here, let's send him after the Hulk. Let's see what he got. Maybe Hulk was in Russia or someplace at the time when this was happening, and maybe they fought, and maybe they sent a bunch of troops with Winter Soldier to take the Hulk out, and the Hulk walked through all of them. Bucky just got out by the hair on his skin. He just got out of there alive. The theory would be that Peter Parker's parents were among the troops of agents that was helping the Winter Soldier trying to capture the Hulk. But this theory is probably bogus. This is just shit I'm saying on the spot because I don't know. I'm trying to put the Hulk in there. But think about this. The Hulk and Peter Parker have had no interaction in the MCU. Why is that? I mean, they might have been on the battlefield together in Endgame, but you don't see them speak ever. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. I don't think there's a time they've actually spoken in the MCU. Any comment if I'm wrong, but I think I'm right about this. Maybe the Hulk already knows that he's killed Peter's parents. Or maybe he finds out in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Maybe he's walled off from Peter in this film, and there's a reason why, because he knows he's fucked Peter over without knowing it. The only question is, if this theory is true, will Peter find out in Spider-Man Brand New Day? You gotta think so. You gotta think that's the case. So if the Hulk is brought in for that purpose in Brand New Day, if this theory is even correct. Again, this theory might just be stupid and non-existent, which it probably is. This brings the ultimate question back. Why is Hulk in this movie? What the fuck does this guy have to do with Spider-Man's story? These two have never interacted or spoken together. It's cool to see them together, but what's the purpose here? Is he a professor at Peter's college? That was my theory. And then from there, is he going to go berserk and attack people, and Spider-Man will have to Spider-Man and Punisher team to stop him? I don't know. But the problem is, this dude is living with his son on a different planet, I'm pretty sure, when these events are going down. Why the fuck would he be a professor at Peter's college? So he's brought down here maybe for another purpose, because he really badly needs to. But why? Does he come back and turn into Savage Hulk because of the villain? That could be the case if Mr. Negative was the villain here, because he has the powers to do so, but I don't think he's even confirmed. I think the only ones that are confirmed are Tombstone, Scorpion, the Boomerang dude, and maybe Wilson Fisk has a cameo in there. Besides that, I'm pretty sure Punisher and Peter Parker are teaming up against the Anti-Vigilante Task Force, or some kind of gang related to Tombstone. But the question is, again, where does Hulk come into play here? These are grounded villains for the most part. Maybe the Punisher and Spider-Man team up to fight Savage Hulk, and then Savage Hulk comes to his senses and him and Spider-Man team up later, but I really hope that's not the case, by the way. I just wanted this to be a Spider-Man story. Maybe when they team up, there's a moment, a Civil War moment, where Spider-Man figures out what happened, somehow the villain tells him what happened and this causes a fight between him and the Hulk. Again, this would be really stupid, bad, and repetitive, but maybe the scandal of Hulk killing his parents makes Spider-Man give in to the darkness of the symbiote, and that's where he takes on the symbiote, maybe fights the Hulk with it. That'd be fucking insane. Maybe instead of fighting the Hulk with the symbiote, maybe the Hulk gets triggered from Professor Hulk to Savage Hulk because the symbiote gets on him, and he turns into Venom Hulk. I don't think any of this is ever happening. I don't think Spider-Man is going to get a symbiote suit after the Hulk got a symbiote suit and became Hulk Venom. I'm trying to tell fans here, the theories that we speculate on, crazy theories, like, oh, Hulk murdered Peter Parker's parents, and Thanos has marks on his face because of Wolverine. Listen, think about, I could be maybe this is real and I'm going to look like an idiot and this video will age terribly. There is no room for this revelation to even occur. Do you think they're ever going to do anything like this? I don't think so. Maybe Bruce Banner knew Peter Parker's parents, and maybe that's like the way they're going to connect these two, but besides dialogue, loose dialogue about that, I don't see any crazy spin where, oh, the Hulk murdered the parents and now Peter is going to get angry and fight the Hulk and there's reconciliation between the two. I don't think they're going to do that in the Brand New Day film. There's too much shit going on for the Hulk randomly killing Peter. That's a big thing. That's not something you could take lightly and just put into the story as an add-on. So I don't think that's going to happen. I don't know what the Hulk's purpose in this story is, but you know what I can tell you for sure? Hulk's getting his ass whooped and knocked the fuck out clean in this movie. I'm telling you, bro, they should just kill this character off. I made a whole video talking about it because this character he's pathetic. He's pathetic. Unless this dude can do some... the thing is, I don't want him to be in the film. I don't want him to be as badass as he could be. I would rather him do that in a separate project, not Spider-Man's, because I think that would kind of like take away from Spider-Man's story. Am I crazy? I want to see a badass Hulk more than anyone, but it's not happening, first of all. That's never happening. MCU's done with that. He shouldn't be in this film at all, in my opinion. And if he is, he's going to get his ass whooped. Just kill him. Just kill him off. Just kill him off the MCU. People want this whole universe rebooted anyways. Just don't reboot shit. Just kill this dude off. I don't want to see Disney fucking do this. Please. This theory is not happening. It's false. Peter's parents died, we don't know how. And the MCU doesn't know how. They don't care. I could be completely wrong about this because the origin story of Peter's parents and what happened to them was a big thing with the Amazing Spider-Man series. I don't know if they're going to actually repeat that again. They could, because they want another trilogy of Spider-Man movies, starting with this one. So they could do it. You want to make stories personal to Peter Parker, the parents is how you do it, but I don't know. I think it's just dumb. Hulk killing Peter's parents? The fuck? I feel like the MCU will do it just to character assassinate him more. Those are my thoughts on that. Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on a mission to take over Hollywood. But the army must keep growing. If you want to suggest video topics to me, or talk about your favorite movies or favorite film theories in a community with like-minded individuals, join the Zafy Discord now. Link is in the description and the comment section as well. Join us. This movement is just beginning. We're taking over Hollywood, one coke line at a time.